The Siege of Paris, which occurred in the year 845, was a significant event during the Viking Age, marked by the Vikings' relentless raids across Europe. This particular siege was led by a Norse chieftain named Ragnar Lodbrok, according to some historical accounts, although the accuracy of this detail is debated among historians. The Vikings, known for their fearsome raids and expeditions, targeted Paris due to its wealth and strategic location along the Seine River. In the spring of that year, a formidable Viking fleet consisting of 120 ships and thousands of warriors sailed up the Seine River. The Vikings were known for their mastery of navigation, both in open seas and European rivers, which allowed them to launch sudden and devastating raids deep inland. The Parisians, under the leadership of Charles the Bald, were ill-prepared for such a large-scale attack. The city's defenses at the time were not capable of withstanding a prolonged siege, and the Viking forces quickly overwhelmed them. The siege was brutal, and the Vikings employed their typical strategy of laying waste to the surrounding countryside, pillaging monasteries and settlements to pressure the city into surrender. Paris, despite its walls and defenses, was not equipped to repel an assault of this magnitude. The Vikings managed to breach the city's defenses and engaged in plundering, looting, and taking hostages. In an attempt to save the city from complete destruction, Charles the Bald resorted to paying a ransom to the Vikings. This ransom, known as the Danegeld, amounted to 7,000 French livres, a considerable sum at the time, made up primarily of silver. This payment was a significant factor in the Vikings' decision to lift the siege and depart from Paris. However, this event set a precedent for future Viking raids, as it demonstrated that wealthy targets could be compelled to buy off Viking attackers with riches. The Siege of Paris in 845 was not just a standalone event, but a pivotal moment that highlighted the vulnerability of European kingdoms to Viking raids. It underscored the need for better defenses and prompted changes in military and architectural strategies in the years that followed. The siege also exemplified the Vikings' far-reaching impact on European history, not just as raiders, but also as traders and settlers who left a lasting legacy on the continent.